Wanted to explain holding corporations. So I have done a lot of holding corporations in my day. Investor mortgages, the whole bit. Now, this video is going to be a little bit longer than anything Instagram will allow. So if you want to get the whole video, follow me on TikTok. And I believe LinkedIn should support it as well. Same handles, SG Mortgage Advice. All right, so I am not an accountant. I am not a lawyer. I am just a lowly mortgage agent. So I'm not offering tax advice or legal advice here. Just letting you know how lenders view holding corporations. So with that being said, from what I understand, again, consult a lawyer or accountant on this first part. You mainly want to put a property into a holding corporation, first of all, not at the advice of your mortgage specialist, banker, or broker. Never take their advice as to whether or not you should do this because it is not cheap. But you want to do this, from what I understand, to help with liability, okay, and B, lower tax implications when you take money out of the corp, as opposed to when you are just reporting it personally at your own income tax level. Again, not an accountant or lawyer. Please consult with them to make sure you get the right terminology. Now, how do banks look at this? So a couple of things you need to be aware of with a holdco, and you got to back up one sec. Remember that lenders have multiple lines of business, but the two that really involve holding corporations and understanding them is there's personal line of business and commercial line of business. They are very, very different, okay? If you're in commercial line of business, I don't normally do commercial. You'd have to talk to a commercial person. They can explain a little bit more about it. But under the personal line of business, all right, for the most part, well, actually all the time, you're going to have to sign for the mortgage. So it's going to be personal guarantee is provided. Normally what happens, depending on the product type, either you are a guarantor not on title or a co-borrower not on title. So it's going to be on your personal credit report, okay? It's going to show as a personal liability. Yes, it is in title of the corp, but it's still on you. They're going to look at your personal statement of affairs, all right? They're not going to just look at the corp. If you want them just to look at the corp and maybe not be on the bureau, again, ask a commercial person about that. That is commercial line of business, totally different ball of wax, all right? So those are the main things of the corp. Again, you don't just jump into a corp because you heard your neighbor has a corp and it sounds really cool. It's costly, right? You got to do an annual T2, you got to do financial statements, notice to reader, just incorporating a loan. Oh, and then here's probably the most important part. I apologize. One thing on the personal line of business, and this is really, really important, all right? Almost every lender, and if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen. Almost every lender, by the way, that's the sun coming in through my window. Almost every lender, okay, wants to know who the shareholders are. Nobody cares about the directors. I could be the director of your corp. I wouldn't, but you get where I'm going with this. It's the shareholders, because at the end of the day, most of the mortgage instructions that go through to the lawyer's office require the shareholders who can hold, who can bind the corporation on lending. Again, not exact terminology. A lawyer can clarify that, but they're the ones who that the banks want to know. Who are the shareholders? They don't care about the directors. So we often will ask for the shareholder registry to confirm the shareholders, okay? Really, really important. Want more information? Let me know. Talk to you soon.